Boom. All right, welcome back to B School Community Call numero ocho. Appreciate you all being here. We're going to talk today about how to build a successful YouTube channel. You're going to get all kind of tips and ninja tricks that not a whole lot of people know about. I want to talk about tags and titles and thumbnails and keyword research and a lot of fun stuff that I think will really, if you want to have a YouTube channel yourself will really give you a good jump start on everybody else out there who has a channel and speed up your progress by at least a couple of years, to be honest, because there's a lot of people who use YouTube, who are building their businesses through YouTube, who just aren't doing it very effectively. They're just putting up content and infrequent content. And there's nothing wrong with putting up content. I mean, we want to put up content, but there's a difference between just putting up content and putting up content with a strategy and a mindset behind it so people can actually find your videos. Because if people can't find your videos in this huge abyss that we call YouTube, then your videos aren't going to get any traction. And then at the same time, you're going to get discouraged. And then you're not going to want to make YouTube videos anymore. When the content wasn't the problem, it was just that, you know, the strategy behind it wasn't that great. So hopefully by the end of this presentation, you will feel much better and feel like I know how to do this. So before we get to the presentation, and the presentation is probably going to take about an hour and 15. Before we get to the presentation, anybody have any shares, questions, big wins, small wins, progress reports, big aha moments? Who's going first? Dre, go ahead.
Can you guys hear me?
Can't hear you now, no.
All right, that's okay.
Just sign it to us. I'm just kidding. Wonder what's going on with your audio. You know, if you want to log off and log back on, see if that works, go for it. Anybody else want to share or have a question? I got to meet somebody to work out after this, so I might not have time to ask questions or answer questions. So if, oh wait, you know what? Andrea, I might have been able to hear you, but I had my audio muted. Try again.
I'm just testing. Can you guys hear me?
Okay, you're good. You're good.
Oh, because the computer's telling me it's my iMac. It's telling me it's working.
I had my audio muted. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So really quick, because I want to get going on the presentation because I actually have to leave. But I just want to tell you that last week was super helpful for me. I think a breakthrough for me was just, you know, I've been doing this stuff for a while, not online, but I mean, thinking about doing it. And what seems to always stop me is my audience. And I just didn't like the idea of having to do the 80% when I've always myself been in that more 20%, like the harder cases, the people that have searched everywhere. And so I'm looking, the fact that I can write more comfortably to a smaller niche is huge for me. And I'll have less of a pool to choose from. And I went back and listened to all the videos, especially the ones I missed in the beginning, and where Sean does kind of the math, where he says, okay, you've got 1,000 people on your list, and then if you know what your click-through rates, and you like 250, and so obviously if you have, the idea is to get a list that's big enough so that even in your niche, you still have a lot of people. And if you sub-niche too much, then you're not even going to have a big enough pool, no matter how great your marketing is and how great your product is. So I feel like I've come to a pretty good idea of how I'm going to do it, and so that was huge for me, because I think what was holding me back was like, I'm like, well, I can't really write that way. I don't really want to write for like the average, the low hanging fruit. I really want to write for people that have gone through all the low hanging fruit and they still aren't getting help. And so that was huge for me. So, so thanks guys. I appreciate all the time too.
Nice. We're happy to help. All right. Anybody else? Okay, let's rock and roll. I got something coming up on my screen. Turn this off. Quit Dropbox. Okay, so where's my presentation? There it is, and we're going to share. And pin that video. And Boom, boom. Good. All right. I can't see chat, so if anybody has a question while I'm doing this presentation, just unmute yourself and ask the question. That'll be phenomenal. Okay, so we're gonna talk about building your biz on YouTube. Okay, so for most people, many people out there, YouTube is a really big missed opportunity because video is the way that people consume information. Video is what people are looking for. They want how-tos. And we also have to remember that YouTube is the #2 search engine in the world. It is owned by Google. People go to Google to look for stuff and people go to YouTube to look for stuff. And so if you're not on YouTube and you want to be on YouTube, it is a huge missed opportunity for you. We have to remember that back in the day, in order to be seen by hundreds of thousands of people or millions of people or 12 people, what you had to do within your business is pay a lot of money. You had to pay for classified ads. You had to pay for big advertisement layouts in newspapers. You had to do, you had to buy lists so you can send out mailers, which took a lot of work. Or you had to go into a studio, film an infomercial, film a commercial, and then you had to pay for airtime on top of that, which got very, very expensive for a lot of businesses, and which is probably why a lot of businesses went out of business, because things were just too expensive. When you're spending too much money and not making enough money, things don't tend to work out. However, with YouTube, you have the opportunity to get in front of a huge audience, your audience, pretty much for free. We have to remember a few statistics here. Number one is that potential customers are 65% more likely to do business with you if you use video. Why is that? Because people want to see your face. They want to hear your voice. They want to see your mannerisms. They want to be able to judge whether or not you are an authentic person. They get to know, like, and trust you through your content. The problem is that less than 27% of entrepreneurs actually use video. Some don't think to do it, some want to do it, and there's just fears around being seen, which is a whole other presentation. But if you want to blow up your business, start with YouTube. Well, I shouldn't say that. Start with whatever is comfortable for you, but consider YouTube at some point. YouTube is where I got started with my business. That's the platform that I use to get people to know, like, and trust me, and to convey lots of information in an entertaining way. Now, you should also know this. The number of hours spent watching YouTube videos is up 100% year after year. The audience is getting bigger. There are many different websites, very popular websites, that are laying off writers. Why? Because people don't read as much as they used to. People are producing video content. If you go to big websites these days, there's just video after video after video after video on the homepage because people are watching. According to Cisco, online video will account for over 72% of all internet use by this year, 2019. If you're at a coffee shop, if you're out and about somewhere and you see people on their computers, most of them are watching YouTube videos. They're watching some type of instructional video to get to understand what to be provided, I should say, the solutions that they're looking for. They're using video conferencing. They're doing Facebook Lives. They're watching Instagram Live, Instagram Stories. Video is where it's at. Some other things. YouTube reports that average watch time for users is up 60% year after year after year after year. In other words, people watch more and more video as time goes on. So people who are watching video right now, next year they're going to be watching 60% more of it. 91% of millennials watch video content on their phones every day. And as I said earlier, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. Now, basically, I mean, this is step number one. How do you set it up? You create your account with Google. So you just literally sign up with Google. You probably already have a Google account, so you can just add it. You can add YouTube to it. You edit and add a photo and cover art. You can do that through Canva. I'll show you that in a bit. And you write your about blurb and you are ready to go. So all of the things that are involved with creating a website, you know, paying all the money, creating or writing all the copy and content, doing the photo shoot, all of that stuff, you do not have to do. If you're a video creator, you have to understand that most people aren't going to go to your website anyway. People are going to go directly to your YouTube channel to consume the content. Most people don't go to SeanCroxton.com. Most people go to iTunes or Stitcher or SoundCloud or Spotify or Google Play, wherever they listen to my show. And so this is a great way to sidestep the entire website building process if that's not in the budget for you. And you just start making YouTube videos. You can literally do this today. And so if you want to start creating videos and you're waiting to have a website, that is no longer an excuse. Literally by the end of this presentation, you can be signed up. And literally by the end of this presentation, if you just hit the mute button on me for about 15 minutes, you could have created your first video on YouTube and been uploaded and ready to go. So you create your Google account, and then you go to your website or go to your YouTube page, and you're going to add your cover photo. So you see the Underground Wellness cover photo there, and you just upload it. And it just appears. It's pretty cool. You're going to write in your description as well. I think there's a slide about that, or maybe I took it out. But one question that people tend to ask is, how do you make these cover photos? Well, you can go to canva.com. That's CANVA.com. And if you look on the top left, the second one from the left, you'll see YouTube thumbnail, which is going to be important. But where is YouTube? YouTube channel art, where it says Run Club. And so that's how you're going to make your cover photo for YouTube. You can go right into Canva. There's all kind of templates in there. You just click on the template. You change the words that are on the template. You throw in a picture of yourself, and you're good to go. If this is something that you don't feel comfortable doing, you can always hire somebody on Fiverr.com or Upwork.com, and they will bang this out for you pretty darn fast. And so Canva is a really good tool to know how to use or just to be aware of. We also have to consider, what is your niche? And we've talked quite a bit about this over the last 2 months. This is an old presentation from my mastermind. So in that room, it was health, it was self-help, or it was internet marketing, which is pretty much true for this group. Now we have to always remember that you want your YouTube content to be evergreen. And what I mean by that is people can consume it anytime, any year, and still be helped by it. You know, if I'm making a video about the Golden State Warriors and Clippers game last night, that's going to be relevant for maybe the next 24 hours. That is not evergreen content. People still watch Underground Wellness videos. And I haven't made a new video in probably about 5 years. It's been a long time. But if I go into my YouTube account and look at my stats, I probably got about 100,000 views in the last month without even trying, because people can still be helped by the gluten videos or by the acid reflux videos or by whatever videos are there. It is still relevant. So if you want to sprinkle in some kind of present day content, again, like the Clippers Warriors game, you certainly can, but the core, the vast majority of your content should be evergreen, useful for anybody at any time. And also, you want to be consistent with your niche. You don't want to be all over the place with your content. You want to centralize the core topic, talk just about that, connect everything to that. And if you want to talk about something else, just do it every once in a while, you know, just kind of maybe just vent or just, you know, inform people, but always be aware that people are tuning into your channel for a reason. And when that reason is not there anymore consistently, people will move on and they will unsubscribe, and they will tell you that they're going to unsubscribe. And that's that. Now, here is what the statistics look like. So if you look up on the left of this photo, you'll see analytics in red. And then you click on overview. This is in everybody's YouTube account. You'll be able to see some really important statistics. You'll be able to see watch time. And so during that period of May 21st to June 17, 2017, which is when I took this picture, man, time flies. There was 275,000 minutes of watch time on Underground Wellness. That's, again, after not making a video after many years. You'll see the estimated total revenue there on the kind of bottom right, $33.48. So nothing significant, but hey, it's a few bucks. And you'll see that during that period, that channel, or my channel, got 81,685 views for doing absolutely nothing. Remember, these are people who are consuming your content, who are going to hear about your free offer, who will be willing to click the link in order to go to your squeeze page and sign up for your email list. And so if you do not have a link to your free offer in your description, then you're missing out on lots of potential leads as well as lots of potential customers as well. So keep that in mind. Now, something that a friend of mine told me, actually she's not really much of a friend. Honestly, I don't really like her much. But anyway, she said something to me when I first started my channel. Now, this was maybe in 2008 or 9. She said to me, Sean, you ever heard of this 1,000 true fans concept? And I was like, no, tell me more. And she says, hey man, if you want a 6-figure business, all you have to do is get 1,000 people to give you $100 a year, and you got $100,000. And I was like, whoa, there's like 7 billion people in the world. I can get 1,000 people to do that. That's easy. And it is easy, but you just got to get out there and create the content. So 1,000 people times 100,000. You sell a $2,000 product, for example, like a B-School, a 6-week course for $50 a year, or I'm sorry, let me flip that over. If you get 2,000 people to give you $50 a year, you get $100,000. If you get 100 people to give you $2,000 a year, you just made $1 million, which is crazy, right? That's nuts. And on and on, so you'll see the numbers there. But you got to understand, like, these people are willing to do that for you when you take care of them. Many of you bought Marie's course because you have been watching Marie's videos. Some of you may not have heard of Marie, but you had watched my videos or you had listened to my podcast. So when you grow the community, like Andrea was saying earlier, it really just becomes a numbers game. There are many who say they don't want your stuff or will decline your offer. And then there's a percentage who say they will do it. The bigger your overall subscriptions, the bigger your overall newsletter list, the more people are going to say yes to whatever offer that you're giving them. A guy named Frank Kern told me, I think I may have told you this a couple of weeks ago, but one of the greatest marketers ever, one of the smartest marketers ever. I got a chance to talk to him for about 2 minutes, and I was like, hey man, this is a long time ago. I said, hey man, what's the key to making money online? He said, sell expensive shit. You know, you sell $1,000 product to 100 people, you just made $100,000. Just 100 people. You know, if you thought you sell $1,000 product to 1,000 people, you just made yourself $1 million. And so always keep that in mind. You don't really want to just be selling $19 products or $7 products because it's going to take a long time for you to make money. There are people who want to buy expensive stuff, just like yourselves. All right, now that was a tangent. But logo design websites, 99designs.com. This is a competition site where you put up your idea, you put up what you want, and different graphic designers from around the world will make it for you, and you get to choose the one that you like, and they get rewarded forever, whatever the reward is. So maybe you say, hey, I'll give $100 to whoever can create this logo for me. And just imagine having 75 different graphic designers creating that logo for you, and you go ahead and pay the one that you like. Upwork.com is pretty amazing as well, to hire somebody to do whatever you want them to do, including making a logo for you. Fiverr.com is great. Fiverr used to be all about $5 jobs. I don't think it is anymore, but it's a great place to find somebody to work for you. And you also can use Canva yourself. Here's an example of what 99 Designs looks like. And here's Upwork, and here's Fiverr, and 4 common YouTube myths. Now, there are some really prevailing myths about YouTube that are holding people back from success. One of the biggest myths that you'll hear out there is the more views you get, the more subscribers you get, the more revenue you get, and that's going to mean you're going to get a higher ranking. It is not really about views. If it was just about views, what people would do, and when I say views, I mean clicks. What people would do is just make some real clickbaity headlines or titles for their videos, and people will click them, and that doesn't mean you're going to get more subscribers. That doesn't mean that you're going to make more revenue. That doesn't mean that you're going to get a higher ranking. It just means that somebody clicked on your video because you wrote a real clickbaity title for your video. YouTube doesn't like that. And so that's why that myth is not true. And I'll tell you what is true in just a minute. Create short videos so people will watch them. And so the idea was like, hey, people aren't going to watch a 10-minute video, but people will watch a 2-minute video. And then after that, they'll watch the next part of it, which is going to be another 2-minute video. And due to the fact that I've got 5 different videos up and people are going to watch them all, that means I get more clicks, which means I'm going to make more money. No, 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 no. That's not how it works. Kind of along the same lines, you need to break longer videos into multiple video segments. No. And a big one, which is sort of true. The most popular YouTube videos are less than 3 or 4 minutes. Kind of true. But the reason why it's true is because these videos are on the Vivo site, which is the music site where people watch YouTube. They watch music videos. And so, yes, these are videos that have, some of them, almost 1 billion views, Justin Bieber, all these groups and whatnot, but that's not the content that you're creating. Those are music videos, so it's a little bit different than what you're doing here. Now, here's what is important. 20% of people who start your video will leave before 10 seconds. They're gone. You have to have some type of attention-getting device in order for them to stay on the video. My attention-getting device was, yo, what's up, y'all? Quote of the day show was, hey, yo, today's QOD is, people hear the enthusiasm and they want to stay on and listen to it. It doesn't mean you have to do something like that right now. This is going to kind of develop for you over time, but you want to make sure that you are enthusiastic in your videos. If you look boring, or if you sound boring, then people probably aren't going to stay on. People want to be entertained. They don't want to watch boring stuff with their free time on YouTube. They don't. YouTube ranks video with the best watch time, the highest. It's all about watch time. If you can make a 10-minute video and people watch it, all 10 minutes of it, YouTube loves that, because YouTube is in the business of advertising. YouTube is in the business of, for that 10-minute video, every 2 minutes, they're going to put up an advertisement on the bottom of the page so people can click on it, and actually YouTube gets paid just to show people that ad. But if people can't, if they're putting up those little ads at the bottom of the video every 2 minutes or so, and your person who's watching your video leaves after 3 minutes, then YouTube didn't make money for the next 3 times they were going to show that ad, right? Which means you don't make money for it either. So YouTube is in the business of making money, and they make money by people watching your entire video, by staying on the video. And so that's why YouTube likes that a lot. It's about audience retention. You want to retain the audience on the video. If you can't, then YouTube's not going to rank you very high. And this is what I mean by being engaging, entertaining, and educational at the same time. What is watch time? It basically means views times the average view duration. And you will always find that if you have revenue sharing enabled, which means that YouTube will run ads during your video or before the video, your ad revenue will always follow the watch time. So here's something really cool from YouTube forums to further belabor my point. A long video with an average percentage viewed of 40% and an average view duration of 4 minutes is referenced better than a shorter video with an average percentage viewed of 70%, but an average view duration of only 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Kind of convoluted, but it basically means that it's all about the absolute watch time. 4 minutes is way better than 2 minutes and 30 seconds according to YouTube, even if that 4 minutes is only 40% of the video. Hope that makes sense. Now, three things YouTube absolutely loves. They want to make themselves, they want to make their viewers, and they want to make their advertisers happy with high quality videos. I'm not saying your video has to be like, production value of a Marie TV. I'm not saying that. The information has to be good. The picture quality has to be good. In the year 2019, there is no reason, there is no excuse for not having good picture quality. There were cameras being sold 7 years ago for $50,000 that had really, really high picture quality. That technology is in your iPhone right now. So you literally have it in your pocket. You have a camera, like a high-end camera in your pocket right next to you all day. And so it's HD, it looks great. Use your camera. You don't have to get anything fancier than that, especially when you're starting your YouTube channel. There is no excuse for not having really good audio quality. They've got all kinds of microphones, lapel microphones that you can connect to your phone. And you can just stick it on you and record it on your phone while you're doing your video. Then you just sync them up on your video editing software. There is no excuse not to know how to do basic editing. You know where you learn basic editing? On YouTube. Whatever you want to do, like whatever I wanted to learn when I was doing my video editing, I learned on the YouTube. There was like some 14-year-old kid teaching me how to do it on YouTube. So you can learn everything there. No excuse to not have good quality videos. And I'll give you some product recommendations for mics and cameras if you want to get anything aside from your iPhone. They want more people using their platform. They're doing a great job with that by providing high quality content, and they want consistent brands that upload great stuff. So here's one thing that you're going to notice. You can use all of the tricks that I'm going to show you today in just a minute, and you will notice that in the beginning, your YouTube channel isn't building as fast as you want it to. The reason why is because you just haven't been consistent for long enough for YouTube to notice what you're doing. That's it. But at some point, and it might take a few months, it might take a year. It might take a pretty good while, but at some point YouTube's gonna go, oh, you know what? They've been making a video once a week for a year. Or YouTube will say, hey, they've been making 2 videos per week, good videos, for 6 months. Or YouTube will say, hey, they've been making 3 videos a week for the last 3 months, let's give them some juice. Or they might say, this person's been making a video 5 to 7 days a week, a high quality video for the last month, let's give them some juice. You know what I'm saying? And so if you want to get started with 1 video a week, just know that may not be the consistency that YouTube wants. Know that the less videos that you make per week, the longer it's going to take for YouTube to actually notice you. But you can do it like my buddy Jake Ducey did, 7 videos a week, and YouTube noticed him after like a month. And he started getting tons of traffic to his page and got tons of subscribers, and he makes a lot of money every single month automatically just by making videos. Video to squeeze page to email list to product offer to sale, right? And those sales percentages aren't really that high. It's probably somewhere between 1 to 3%. But at the same time, there's so many people going through it because they're consuming his content and clicking on the free offer that, hey, if 1, 2, or 3 out of 100 people take him up on it on an $800 product, you're making a few $1,000s a day. You know what I'm saying? And so consistency is going to be key for you. So more content. This is from the YouTube Creator Playbook. If you're serious about starting a YouTube channel, you'll download this playbook. It is for free online. And YouTube will literally tell you everything that you ever wanted to know about how to create good content and how to crush it on their platform. So more content will lead to more viewership and better rankings in the algorithm. So again, 2 videos is better than 1, 3 is better than 2, and every single day is amazing. So 11 ways to increase your watch time. You just make really good stuff. You know, don't make videos that suck. Never make a video that you wouldn't watch on your own. Rock the first 15 seconds. Get to the point. Have your attention-getting device. Be enthusiastic. State your promise to them. What are they getting from you? What is the solution that you're going to be offering to them? Why should they watch your video? Make longer videos is a great way to increase the watch time, of course. Make listicles. 7 ways, 5 ways, 11 ways, because people are wondering, okay, what's the next one? What's the next one? What they love, top 10 list. Be a tease. Tease the things that you're going to be talking about. If you ever watch SportsCenter, you watch the news, they might give you a tease of a particular story and they say, but first. And you're like, oh man, now I gotta wait for that thing that they're gonna talk about. So tease them. Make a series. And so maybe every Monday you do Motivation Monday. Maybe every Friday you do Finance Friday. Maybe every Thursday you do Throwback Thursday. So make a series out of it so people will look forward to watching it. Talked about it many times already, but be consistent. Have B-roll footage. And what I mean by B-roll footage is maybe you're talking about somebody not having enough money. I'm thinking about this because this is what Jake does. people are broke, and there's like a footage, which is stock footage of somebody going to the ATM and no money comes out of it. Like, so people don't always just want to see your head, your face. If you can break it up a little bit and add some B-roll footage in there, footage that is relevant to what you're talking about, then that will certainly help with it. People have really, really bad attention spans. And so changing it up really helps them to watch. If you ever watch commercials or you watch TV, count how many times there's a cut, like there's a scene change. It's just like change, cut, 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 cut. It's never just a static, picture of one scene. It's always just jumping around because that's how we pay attention. So that's something that you may want to work on with your editing. Have music in the background. Have music in the bumper on the front end. Have music in the bumper on the back end of it. And just have some really good editing. If you're doing your own editing, it probably isn't going to be the best in the beginning, but it's okay because nobody's watching it anyway. But it would help if you just hire somebody to do your editing through Fiverr.com and get somebody who lives in Pakistan who will do your editing for a dirt cheap price. Now, how long should your videos be? Kind of goes without saying, however long you can hold someone's attention. Another question that comes up is, so what about Facebook videos? Facebook videos and YouTube videos are the same. People aren't on Facebook to watch videos. So if you're going to be putting videos on Facebook, make them shorter. And another thing, just while I'm thinking about it, never post your YouTube video link onto Facebook. Nobody's going to see it because Facebook is owned by Facebook and YouTube is owned by Google. And Facebook is not in the business of promoting Google stuff. And so if it's a YouTube link, Facebook will be like, nah, I'm cool. So if you ever want to post a video onto Facebook, you have to upload that video directly to Facebook, not just drop in your YouTube link onto your feed. Best length though, 10 to 20 minutes. Hey, if it's amazing video, it can be 60 minutes. If it's amazing video, it can be 4 hours. It really just depends on how good your video is. All right. 8 best types of video content. Number 1, how-to videos, how to do stuff. This is what people type into Google searches all the time, how to XYZ. List, 10 best ideas. The listicles we talked about earlier, 11 things. Compilations. Compilations can kind of be like those motivational videos where there's music and there's different clips of different speakers. I watch these all the time. I wouldn't recommend doing that because you can run into some copyright issues on the YouTube. But yeah, we'll just kind of skip that one because I bet you won't be doing that anyway. Reviews of different products, things that you use, things that you recommend, popular things that are just coming out, iPhone, whatever. Here's a review. People will watch that stuff. They want to know what your opinion is. And with that, you can have an affiliate link to that particular product in the description of that video or that book or that movie, whatever it may be. Interviews are huge. So if you do have a podcast, recording your interview on video and putting that on YouTube would be amazing for you. It's a great way to build your podcast even faster because remember, there really is no search engine optimization for podcasting. There isn't, but there is search engine optimization on YouTube. And so if you put your interview or you put your interview on YouTube, then people are going to be more likely to find it and learn about your podcast and then go over to iTunes or wherever to subscribe to your podcast. Case studies, how X did Y, how I helped my clients double their income, how I helped my client lose 60 pounds, how I healed myself of Hashimoto's. Those type of videos really help people a lot too, and they will watch those. Guides and tutorials. Here's my step-by-step guide for journaling. Here's my step-by-step guide for weight loss. Here's my step-by-step guide for finding the best CBD oil. Whatever it may be, people love that stuff. And then lastly, vlogs. And so vlogs are a little bit different. I had a buddy who had been wanting to start a YouTube channel for a while, and he finally started. And I was like, so what are you going to be doing? He says, I'm just going to be traveling around the world and I'm going to show people what I'm doing. And I'm like, I wanted to support him in this, but I also in my mind was going, nobody cares what you're doing around the world. If you had a big base of YouTube followers because you were helping them, do something, solve something, then they might be curious about whatever you're doing around the world. But if you're not, then they really don't know who you are. And if you're just showing them, hey, I'm in the Philippines, like nobody cares. I'm sorry to say, but just nobody cares. And so vlogs are kind of one of those things I'll wait until I have about 10,000 subscribers to actually do. We also have to remember that this is not evergreen content. Nobody's searching for, what Jim did in the Philippines. It's just not really relevant to them at any point in their lives, to be honest, unless they know, like, and trust you because you've helped them before. And so don't really do vlogs anytime soon. Okay, success leaves clues. Remember to solve their problems. It's not about you. Don't be random. And also do what successful channels are doing. We'll get into that in just a second. That was a tease. 80-20 rule. This is huge. We all want all of our content to be viewed. We all want our content to be big hits. It doesn't work out that way. I want all of my emails that I write to be like big hits with everybody, where everybody's like emailing me back being like, oh my God, I love that. That was great. Doesn't happen that way. 20% of your videos are going to get 80% of views. That's it. You're going to have 4 pieces of content that, people like, but there's going to be one for every 4. There's going to be one that people absolutely love. There's going to be one that people, start sharing with their friends. Like, those are the videos that you want to really, really just have an expectation for. And you want to know that, hey, I might get 12 video views on something, but hey, there's that one. Like, for example, one of my clients, Ben Azadi, who has a channel called Keto Camp on YouTube, all about keto. He's been doing all the stuff that I told him to do on YouTube. Really, really slow building, slow. Maybe he had about 30 videos up, and then he left me a voicemail on Instagram a couple weeks ago, and he was like, dude, guess what happened? I've been doing everything you're doing. It's been slow building, but I made this video about, I don't know, juicing or whatever it may be. It's gotten like 20,000 views. I just got another 1,200 subscribers like overnight, and my other videos are starting to pick up on views as well. It's, Ben was just waiting on that 20%. He made 30 videos, and he was overdue for that video, and he made that video. Now his YouTube is growing considerably. Now, most people would have gotten discouraged by then and just stopped making videos. So you got to keep on going. Okay. So also, you want to identify the 20% of videos that are doing well with other people and model them. So, how to be a model. You're going to find 3 or 4 channels in your niche with over 10,000 subscribers. You're going to click on videos. You're going to sort by most viewed. I'm going to show you this in a second. You're going to make a list of the 5 most viewed videos on each channel that are no more than 2 or 3 years old, because the algorithm has changed. I'll show you that in a second. Keys. Identify trends, popular topics, and types of videos. You'll find 15 to 20 proven video concepts, brainstorm similar videos you can create. So, for example, YouTube. Close. All right, so if you're in the health space, you might want to look up Dr. X. And Dr. X has 1.6 million subscribers. Dr. X's business, I've known Dr. X for a long time. His business,
the moment for me when I realized
business. Like, I've known his business when it was relatively small. Like, this is like an office, with lots of employees. It's a really, 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 it's an operation that has grown over time. Really happy for this dude. But if you click on videos right there, I gotta sneeze, but it's gonna go away. And you go to, most popular, you're gonna see all of Dr. X's most popular videos. Now, remember what I said about videos that have done well in the last, few years. The reason I say that is because the YouTube algorithm has changed. Where back in the day, it was based on clickbait and views and clicks and things like that. It has changed to watch time and quality of content. So this video over here, 4 million views 5 years ago, might still be something to model, but I would rather you look at this one, 3 years ago, how to treat candida in 6 steps. If this is your space, if you're in the health space, write this down as a topic, how to treat candida in 6 steps. And then you're going to put down the link as well in your spreadsheet. Where's another one? Dangers of essential oils. Oh, that has to be huge. 1.6 million views. Write that one down, include the link. Health benefits of turmeric. 1.5 million views 3 years ago. You're going to write that one down. You're seeing the topics that do really well. How to treat cavities naturally. 1.4 million views. People are looking for that. Now, it's also really important to not just look at or be mindful of the particular topics that are doing well, but also look at the thumbnails. These are really good thumbnails. Nice friendly face. There's this different font size that really pops. Sore throat, candida, cold, gout, sugar, cavities, ear infections, zinc, right? It really pops. And so you have to keep in mind that people are not just choosing videos based on the title, but they're choosing based on the thumbnail as well. I'm gonna get a little bit ahead of myself, but I'm gonna click on, for example, how to cleanse your liver, which is always gonna be a really popular topic. So if I go to how to cleanse your liver, let's move it out. Up here is something called TubeBuddy. I may have mentioned it several times in our talks before. TubeBuddy is going to help you with your descriptions. It's going to help you with your keyword research as well. And so this is all information that you don't typically see on your YouTube if you don't have TubeBuddy. So just go to tubebuddy.com, you download it, and you add it to your extension. So if I go over here to preferences, and I go to extensions, you can see that I added TubeBuddy to my extensions. Easy peasy, word. Okay, so if I go down here, I can see the tags that Dr. Axe is using for this particular video. And if I click here on show search rankings, I can see how well it's ranking. So for Dr. Josh Axe, it's number 22. I'm gonna have a better example of this in a bit. You can also look at his description and you can see what is he writing in here. So cleanse, detox your liver, liver, detox your liver, detox your liver, liver, detoxifying, detox, liver, liver, right? So his keywords over here, I'm not sure why he doesn't have the word liver in his keywords, but he does have it in his title. He could do a better job of that. He might have, 5 million views if you change that a little bit. But he includes his keywords in his description. Notice that right here is let's see what this is. It might be a product, it might be, it's a blog post. And on this blog post, there's probably somewhere to opt in, maybe not. Free training over here. Those examples of what to do. Here's his video embedded on that post. Lots of information here. Like Dr. Axe didn't write this himself. He has a team of people who write this stuff. So it just gives you an idea. There's this image. This is really good. This is really good. This is an authority website, we could call that. But that's just to give you some idea. Now let's go back and let's say Dr. Berg. That's another really popular 2.7 million subscribers. And let's go to his videos. And let's sort by most popular. And 2 years ago, how to fix a slow metabolism, must watch, 4 million views. Acceptable liquids and intermittent fasting, that's huge, all right, 3.8 million views. How to burn the most fat, 4 years ago, kind of a long time ago. 5 tricks to make intermittent fasting work faster, 1 year ago. Intermittent fasting, so this is stuff you want to write down. Intermittent fasting is a really popular topic that people want to watch more of. How to lose belly fat. So we've got slow metabolism, we've got how to lose belly fat over here, 2 years ago, 2.6. Rid the loose flabby skin, 2.6 million views 2 years ago, right? This is his target audience. Keto, weight loss, intermittent fasting. So again, write these down, and I think I'll have a better example. How to reverse a fatty liver. So here's all our stuff. Hey, Doogie Howser. And if I click search rankings, we'll probably see some better numbers here. Yeah, there we go. So these green numbers tell me if I do a search for liver, just the word liver alone, this video ranks number 14. Fatty liver treatment, this video ranks number 4. Fatty liver remedies, number 16. Liver symptoms, 17. Eric Berg, 16. And then what you can do is you can always copy to a clipboard and you can paste these into the tags for your video, which you're going to make that is similar to this video along the same topic, right? Now, of course, you don't want to use Dr. Eric Berg and all this stuff. And one thing that you're going to notice here is some of these are what we call long tail keywords, and I'll get more into that in just a minute. This is just one word, liver. The word liver is a very competitive keyword, I'm sure, but a less competitive keyword is going to be 3 words: fatty liver treatment, fatty liver remedies, right? What causes fatty liver? And so there are people who are making videos who just put weight loss, fitness, health, fat loss, lose weight. Those are incredibly competitive keywords that they're probably going to rank number 5 million for. And so use long tail keywords. Again, I'll show you more about that in a second, but keep that in mind for sure. Over here in his description, he's got his free keto mini course trial. He's got his body type quiz. I'm sure both of these ask for an email address. I'm sure he has a huge email address. And over here, you'll see fatty liver, liver functioning, liver damage, liver is the only, it harms the liver. He's mentioned the liver probably 12 times at least in this description. And so keep that in mind. He has all of his different links there. You can put as many links as you want in there. Not as many because, of course, there is a character limit here. But yeah, and so you want to write a description. I see a lot of people make YouTube videos. Again, the tags are bad. And at the same time, there's no description at all. It's just, and you're just kind of shooting yourself in the foot. You want to use these effectively to get more people to your videos. Let's take a timeout for a second. Does anybody have questions? Nope. Keep going. All right. Share. Okay. Oh, yeah. There we go. So, find 15 to 25 proven video concepts and then brainstorm similar videos you can create. Let's actually do something real quick. So, if you're in the health space and you're going to make videos about liver and you know that this video here has done really well, then you might want to make a video called Reverse Fatty Liver with these tips, or 5 tips to reverse a fatty liver. So it's a similar title with similar content, with a similar description and similar tags. You want to model success. When Jake Ducey started getting serious about his YouTube channel, he started looking for other popular law of attraction videos. And so basically he took that first page of videos and just tweaked the title a little bit and made a similar video. And then now that's why the videos do really well. Cool. So let me stop this. All right. Go ahead. 9 health channels to model: Dr. Axe, Natural Cures, Health Tips, my buddy Mike Mutzel at High Intensity Health, Thomas DeLauer, Stephanie Keto Person, Dr. Eric Berg, Keto Connect, and of course, Underground Wellness. 12 personal improvement channels to model. I don't think many of you are in the personal improvement space. Again, this is for a mastermind I did, but here are some. The words are key. So keywords are how people find you and your content. Short tail keywords are 2 words or less. Fat loss, health tips, make money, hypothyroid, very competitive. Long tail keywords are 3 to 5 word phrases. Health tips for hypothyroid. Best CBD oil USA, right? Best legal CBD oil, best whatever it may be. So it doesn't have to be best, but the number of words is important there. The longer the keyword, the less competitive it's going to be. So what you can do is you can use YouTube search bar to find keywords and titles. And so what I mean by this is, let's say CBD. So here's some keywords that you'll find. CBD oil Joe Rogan, CBD gummy reviews, CBD jewel pod, CBD gummies, CBD oils for dogs, CBD for dogs. So instead of just putting CBD as your tag, you can be more specific by just simply using this little function on YouTube to find better keywords for yourself. Now, you can use TubeBuddy, as I showed you, to copy and paste tags from popular videos. You can go really ninja, something I'm not really good at, but you can hire somebody or learn how to do this yourself by using Google AdWords. You can use Google Trends to see if the keyword is relevant right now. So you just look up Google Trends and you can see, like, are people actually searching this particular term? And again, that just requires a Google Trend search. I used to have a slide here, but I took it out for some reason. Here's TubeBuddy, tubebuddy.com. And well, that's a crazy transition. So planning your content. Now here's how you plan your content. You can bulk film all of your videos in 1 or 2 days. I think my buddy Jake makes his videos once a week. If I do it, I'm filming today, I'm just doing all my videos today. He's got the rest of the week to read and just chill and just watch the machine go and watch the money pile up. You can upload them, you schedule them, because you can schedule a video to come out next week and it'll come out at the time that you want it to come out, or tomorrow. And then you just walk away. You're done. You know, this is what we do with the Quote of the Day show. We just upload everything once a week and boom, it's done. Have your title and keywords done before you record. So you want to know what you're going to be talking about. So what are my keywords going to be for this particular video? Now that sounds like overwhelming for you. Don't worry about it. Just make the video first and then worry about the keywords. But a good strategy is to be like, okay, what am I going to be talking about? What are the keywords that we're going to use for this video? Okay, now that we make the video, it just helps you to get more centered. Here's the gear: starter pack, camera, tripod, iPhone mount, microphone, lighting, external hard drive, editing software. You're gonna need a tripod. Basic tripod, $23, Amazon Prime. Amazon Basics, I don't think I have a worksheet for this, so write this stuff down. Amazon Basics, 60-inch lightweight tripod with bag. Easy peasy. There are a lot of smaller, like if you're doing something, you're just gonna put your camera on a tripod, just like on top of a desk or something. There's like little tiny tripods that you can use. There are tripods where you can wrap them around a pole and stuff like that. So there's all kind of tripods these days, but a basic lightweight tripod is ideal for everyone. You're going to need, if you go, let's go back. There's a little screw on the top of this tripod that's going to screw into usually the bottom of a traditional camera. But of course, iPhones aren't traditional cameras, so you're gonna need a mount. And so a mount, $7. That way you can put your phone on the top of the tripod. Ulanzi tripod mount. Most of these tripod mounts are the exact same. And so you know, you can pick any one of them, whatever is the cheapest and has really good reviews. Also, here is a lavalier mic, $20. I think this one has 20 inches of audio, 20 feet of audio cable here, and so you can get kind of far away from the why am I blinking right now? From the camera, if you'd like to do so. Of course, you want that camera to be pretty close to you so people can see you, but you do have room to move with this thing. And you just plug this right into your phone and you're good to go. You're probably gonna need an adapter these days for this kind of type of plug, but yeah, so pretty easy. You can also get wireless. I have wireless mics, Sennheiser mics. They're $600, so you don't want those right now. Lighting. Here's a really good basic kit. Is this the one I have? This is very similar to the one that I have. You can set this thing up in your house. And the best thing for you to do is, if you live in a sunny area, just be in front of a window, because natural light is always going to be the best. But if you have to produce some light, you can use one of these kits. There are lots of blog posts and videos about how to set up lighting. And so definitely look at those, because lighting is going to be key. You're going to need an external hard drive, because video takes up a lot of space in your computer, so you don't want to keep it on your computer. And so I have, this is all my courses and QODs are on here. I think it's a terabyte, so it's pretty big. So you want to have that for sure. Editing software. You probably have editing software already on your computer. So if you have a Mac, iMovie is free. If you have Windows or a PC, Windows Movie Maker is probably on your computer right now. YouTube actually has an editor. It's not the greatest editor in the world, but there is an editor on their platform as well that you can use. The ones that you can buy, or the more professional ones, are Final Cut Pro X, Sony Vegas, Adobe Premiere as well. You really don't need these right now, though. You got a Mac, use your iMovie. There's tons of tutorial videos on YouTube to help you learn how to do that. Just really, the only thing you need to know how to do with editing is how to split a clip, how to delete part of a clip, and how to sync up audio and video if you're using separate tracks. And so, and what I mean by that, like, is you are using a lapel mic, and that lapel mic is maybe going to your voice memos on your phone. And so you have to match up the voice memos with the actual video itself. There is, if you don't want to do that, there is a program called Optimize. I think Optimeyes. Optimize, I think it is. But yeah, just look for video audio sync, and you'll probably find that one. Pluralize. Pluralize, that's what it's called. Pluraleyes. You just pretty much put your video in there, you put your audio files in there, and you click sync, and it'll do some weird stuff for about 10 seconds, and it syncs it all up, and you just export it directly to iMovie. It takes 17 seconds. Okay, or another thing, if you're going to, just a quick tip, if you're going to be recording audio and video separately, clap. And the reason why you want to clap is, this is like before you start your clip, it's recording, you clap. It's because the waves for the audio file, you'll be able to see your clap. It'll be a big spike. And then you'll see the video clap, and you just match them up, you know, and so that's helpful for you as well. Okay, tools for YouTubers. TubeBuddy, we've talked about. Canva, Social Blade, we'll look at in a second. FameBit is a YouTube sponsored site that helps you to find sponsorships for your videos, to help you find different products that may be a good fit for your audience so you can make money. YouTube wants you to make money, because when you make money, you make more videos, and they make money as well. They make a lot of money. Fiverr, Unsplash is great for stock photos, royalty-free stock photos. So there's like Shutterstock and iStock. Those cost quite a bit of money to, you know, get licensing for those photos. So Unsplash is great. You never want to use a picture or a photo that you do not have the rights to, because they will come after you and ask you for some money, like somebody did, because you used a Will Smith image for the Quote of the Day show, and I had to pay $500 for that. They wanted more. But yeah, so make sure nothing has a copyright on it, or that you paid for a license to use it. Rev is great for transcriptions, and Videvo is great for royalty-free stock footage. So this is Social Blade, which will just kind of show you how well different channels are doing. And so back in the day, what is that going to be, July 5th, 2017, Dr. Axe added 1,217 subscribers. That's fantastic, right? And so it just kind of gives you an idea of what's going on with different channels, and also what's going on with your channel. It just gives you some really good stats. Here's FameBit, YouTube's branded content platform. You can choose if you're a creator or if you're a brand. Of course, you're going to be a creator, and so people can, or different brands can look for you and be like, oh, they make a show on YouTube about real food, and I've got this thing called a jerk bar. I want to send it to them and see if they want to do some type of deal with me. Okay, that's great. Unsplash is the photos. Rev is for transcribing. You can actually take a transcript of your video, upload it to YouTube, and it'll go ahead and show it in the closed captions. YouTube also does it automatically. It's not the most accurate thing in the world, but you can also do it through Rev and upload it, so it's more accurate. Videvo, free stock video footage. Royalty-free music sites. YouTube actually has a free library on their site, so if you can find something on there, use it. Epidemic Sounds is a site you can use for royalty-free music. Audio Jungle, you have to pay on Audio Jungle, so the music that you're on the Quote of the Day show might have cost me, I don't know, $20, $30, $40, and I can use that as many times as I want to. So you can use Audio Jungle. You can use SoundCloud as well, but you just don't want to grab a song off of SoundCloud. You want to request permission from the artist to use it. And they might ask you for $100 or something like that, but whatever, give it to them. It's cheap, do it. Okay, royalty-free B-roll sites, Videvo, Pixabay, Pond5. Videvo, Pixabay on 5. The psychology behind making YouTube videos is practice makes better. Practice, 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 practice. You might not be that great when you first start, but you just get better and better and better. Remember that you do not have to post the video. If you don't like it, you're not comfortable with it, you think you could have done better, not think you can do better as in it's never going to end because you're always going to do better. But if you think, no, maybe that's not the one, I can probably do this a little bit better and nail these points a little better, you don't have to post it. Just shoot it again. You post the one that you're going to do. We put too much pressure on ourselves is what I'm getting to, or what I'm getting at with this. Ask yourself, can you help somebody with this? Is their life going to be better with this? Is their life going to be better that you uploaded it or not? You know what I'm saying? Is their life going to be better because you didn't upload it? Usually the answer is no. You're helping somebody through your videos. You're going to edit out what you don't like. So if you screw up, you just, click Control T and Control T or to split the clips, and you just highlight it and you delete it, or Control B for blade, and it's done. You just edit it out. And you also want to make sure that you outline your video. And so one thing I used to do when I shoot videos or shot videos, especially if I did them on my computer here, is I would have stickies, which is like an app on the computer where you can write little notes on it. And I would have a sticky to the left of my camera and a sticky to the right of my camera. And I would just have my different points. Point number 1 was on the left, point number 2 was on the right, point number 3 was on the left, point number 4 was on the right. And I just went down them and then I was done. And so you can always use notes, it's all good. Basic outline, intro, attention-getting device, what's in it for me, a preview of what you're going to be talking about. Then you go through point number 1. Point number 2, giving examples, research, stories, studies, proof that it works. And then at the end of it, you give them a call to action. Hey, subscribe to my site, click that button. Hey, opt in for my free whatever series. And then you say bye. WWH outline, why? Why should the person be watching this? Why is it relevant? Why are you credible? One thing that I always like to do at the beginning of a video was to ask a question. Do you ever feel like, do you ever wonder, do you have this symptom? Because if you can ask the question and get them to nod their head yes, they're in the door. Because now they want to understand, like, okay, what can I learn about this? What is the solution going to be for this? So if you can get an affirmative yes on a question, you're going to increase your watch time significantly. So what's the what? What is this video about? How do my glasses get so dirty, like without me touching them? What are the myths? What are the facts? What are the studies? What are the stories? And then end with how. How can they do it? How can they use this information? How can they buy whatever that you're talking about? How can they do it faster? Okay, how can they sign up for your email list and learn more about you and get free stuff from you? So that's the WWH outline. Upload your video. You're gonna write the title. Make sure your titles are good. If you're making a video about hypothyroidism, don't call it hypothyroidism. No, you have to 7 ways to, best tips for, how to use such and such with hypothyroidism, or how to get rid of how to reverse it, whatever it may be. But if you wouldn't click on your title, nobody else will. So you got to get creative with that. Go back to B-School module number 5 and go to the part where she talks about headlines. Your title is your headline. Your headline is your title. What's your description going to be? You need to have your tags to write your description. You need to have your title to write your description, because there's going to be particular words that you're repeating in a sensible way in your description. So what are those tags? What is your thumbnail? Is your thumbnail appropriate for your particular audience? I think I talked last week about Ben, who maybe it was with my money minders, about Ben, whose thumbnails for his keto channel, which is mostly for women, 80% of the traffic going to his channel is going to be women. His thumbnails were black and orange. And I go, Ben, your female audience or your prospective female audience are not going to click on these thumbnails because it looks like Halloween. Change up the colors to something that's either more unisex or something that's, not feminine because you're a guy, but something that's going to like appeal more to the female audience. One of the biggest lessons that I learned was the thyroid sessions did really well, but the entire sales page was black. Thyroid issues are mostly women. We probably could have made 25% more money if the page was white, blue, and orange, something like that. More appealing to the female demographic. Okay, your title is your headline. What time is it? Okay. The 10 best. So a number title is great. Teaser. Confessions of a holistic health coach, a thyroid practitioner, or whatever it may be. I don't know why I always use thyroid. Promise, how to reverse thyroid symptoms. Shocking therapy session. I fired my doctor today. It's just you venting about something. I used to have these videos where I vented about something every once in a while on my YouTube channel. And I would keep it up for a few days. It was just a vent. And I would take it down. And these are probably like some of the most popular videos I ever did because people were like, yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah. And so they support you. Warning, 7 dangers of thyroid meds. Warning, the truth about whatever. M words, 5 biggest mistakes, 8 myths, 7 misconceptions about such and such. Writing your description. Writing your description is the least important of your search engine optimization. However, it is still important. You get 5,000 characters in that box to educate, to promote, and to sell. You can link within your YouTube videos, so you can actually have like links of other videos, like of your videos in your description, so people can be like, oh, here's another video about this particular topic, and they'll click on that and they'll keep watching your videos. Or you can make a playlist where people go to your site and they go, oh, here's a playlist just about thyroid videos. Here's a playlist just about CBD oil. Here's a playlist just about organic wines and toxins that are in wines. Here's a video that's just about art, right? Or a video series just about art. And so you can make playlists to make it easier for people. Include your main keywords 3 times in the first 1,000 characters. If it's a CBD video, then in the first 1,000 characters, you want to make sure that you're using CBD in that description in the first 1,000 characters. Another cool thing is timestamps. So if you make a 10-minute video and at 1 minute and 15 seconds, you start talking about a particular topic, in your description, you write 1:15, and then write, a little headline about what you're talking about. And what YouTube does is it makes that 1:15 clickable. So if people click on the 1:15, it'll take the video to that place in the video, which is pretty cool. You also want to credit any music that you used and credit any B-roll that you use. So where did it come from? Credit the person whose work it is. What to include? First line, link to your opt-in offer. A short SEO specific description. Remember, use that keyword 3 times in the first 1,000 characters. Any links to any books, use the Google short links. So don't put amazon.com/VYF959465 into your description. Go to Google Link Shortener. Actually, I'm not even sure if Google Link Shortener is still around. Go to bit.ly, so bit.ly, and get a short links, bit.ly/personal magnetism. It just makes it easier for people to click on and makes it prettier as well. You can link any other videos that you mentioned within your video. You can link your social media accounts. You can, again, that's redundant. So here's an example of Clark Kegley, who has a phenomenal course on what we're talking about called Video Breakthrough Academy. You'll see those first 3 lines are free things that they can get. You'll see that in this particular video, which is about Tools of Titans, 10 Best Ideas, Tim Ferriss, you will see Tools of Titans, Tim Ferriss, 4-Hour Work Week. These are all tags that he used. I'm not sure if it's in the next slide, but 4-Hour Body, Tools of Titans, Tim Ferriss Experiments, Tools of Titans again. And so you want to use those keywords again. I can't say that enough. You'll see the 10 best ideas. So you'll see the timestamps in there as well. You'll see his social on the right. You'll see his products and courses as well, links to those using short links. And then you'll see his contributors and video contributors right there at the bottom. A lot of this is a template, right? So the first part where he has his opt-in offers, that's templated. His social is templated. His products and courses are templated. Want to be coached by me is templated. Sources change every time. 10 best ideas change every time. And his short description changes every time. So a lot of this stuff is just kind of like plug and play for this and for you. Plain tag. Tags are not visible to the public without using TubeBuddy. It's important for YouTube search and for related videos. It's important for Google. People are searching for these videos. Google needs a way to find out if your video is relevant to that particular search. So you want to use your tags. You should spend as much time on your tags as you spend on your video content. Like, it's just going to be literally a waste of time to make videos and have really shitty tags. It's just not going to work. To have no tags. I get so frustrated with my masterminders. They're like, yeah, I made a video. And I'm like, hey, that's amazing. And I go look at their video and I click on tags and there's nothing there. There's nothing that pisses me off more than that. It just makes no sense to me. Like you can't make video content and not care if anybody's going to see it. It blows my mind that people do this. And I tell them that too. Do long tail tags first. All right. So when you're doing your tags, put your long tail tag ones first. So those 3 to 5 words, and go from most important tag, and this is very subjective, to the least important tag. Okay. 7 types of tags. Title tags. 7 thyroid healing tips. Specific tags. Thyroid tips for women. Reword. Thyroid for women. Hypothyroid for women. Related. Tips for thyroid. Thyroid tips. Generic. These are short tags here. Thyroid or hypothyroid. Very competitive. Search. These are what comes up when you put thyroid in the YouTube search bar. Thyroid myths. Hypothyroid tips. Misspellings. People like me who can't type for shit. Misspelling. Throid. Thyroid. People will find your videos looking for, stuff they misspelled. So here's an example. We already kind of looked at Dr. Eric Berg's stuff, but he's a great example because he's doing really, really well. Apple cider vinegar is the 4th. It's the 4th video that comes up with that for vinegar. And for anybody here who's in the health space, if you can do a video about apple cider vinegar as it relates to your target audience, that's a really good way to start building up some YouTube traffic for yourself. Tools of Titans, so we talked about this one earlier. In his description, he said Tools of Titans several times. He said Tim Ferriss several times. He said Tim Ferriss experiments. If you look on the bottom there, it says Tools of Titans PDF, because a lot of people are on Google looking for books for free on PDF. Tools of Titans Tim Ferriss audiobook. People are looking for audiobooks. So there's these little nuanced things that can really help you with Tools of Titans. Tools of Titans books review. That's great. So you'll see mostly here, long tail keywords, 3 words, Tools of Titans book summary, Tools of Titans book review, Tools of Titans audiobook, Tools of Titans, Tim Ferriss, Tools of Titans. And so this is why Clark Kegley crushes it on YouTube. He's probably got 300,000 YouTube subscribers now. Here's an example of good thumbnails. So Evan Carmichael is crushing it on YouTube, probably has a couple million subscribers now. We talked about Dr. Axe's thumbnails. They look great, very friendly, and he makes the pain point pop. The pain point is always the biggest font with his thumbnails. Clark has amazing thumbnails as well. I love the ones with the books and the kind of cartoon of himself. They look great. I love the fonts that he uses as well. These are great. So he's spending just as much time thinking about his thumbnail as he is his content. He's thinking about his tags as much as he's thinking about his video content. He's thinking about his description as well. So it's not just about the one, it's about the 4. Okay. Thumbs up. Again, Canva, PicMonkey, Photoshop, Fiverr, outsourcing your thumbnails can be great. A lot of people make them on their own, but if this is not your thing, if you're not a design person, don't do it yourself. I've seen some really, 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 really horrible thumbnails where I'm just like, this is some weird ghoulish stuff right here. You know what I'm saying? And so if you just know, like, design's not your thing. I love design. Look at my house. Like, I'm like totally into design. So sometimes I do these things myself. But if that's not your thing, let somebody else do it, please. Rock the playlist. Now, here's the cool thing about the YouTube. They like consistency. However, if you're going to miss a week, you just can't upload a video this week, YouTube counts new playlists as content. So you can make a playlist of your stuff with some other people's stuff in there, and YouTube will be like, oh, well, that's their content for the week. We're going to make sure they stay relevant in our search algorithm. And so it's really cool. Playlists are also very searchable. So what I mean by a playlist is like, it's just different videos. So somebody watches one and it goes directly to the next one. And then it goes directly to the next one. And there's a list of these videos. It can be 3 videos. It can be 100 videos, whatever it may be, whatever you want it to be. But one thing that's really cool for people is like, it's specific. And when somebody typically finishes one video, they're going to stay for the next video. And then they're going to stay for the next video. And what this counts for is watch time on your site. And another big caveat here, and a good thing to know, is like, for example, if I were to include videos of myself speaking, but maybe Mel Robbins has a video of herself talking about this topic as well. And maybe Tony Robbins has a video of him talking about this topic as well. The watch time, if people watch the video within my playlist content, even though it's somebody else's video, it counts toward my watch time. And so it's really, really, really good to know. And so, because watch time is going to be everything for you. Ad revenue factors. Ad revenue, I mean, you have an opportunity to make a lot of money on YouTube if you do it the right way. You can make enough money to live on and, you know, be abundant on if you do video the right way. There are people making $10, $15, $20, $50,000 a month, maybe even more, by way of just creating YouTube content. It is crazy. It's nuts. So these factors are going to be a few things. Views, of course. Watch time, of course. The category that you're in. If you're in a very, 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 very niche category, there might not be enough brands that are going to be searching for YouTube channels that are congruent with their products. And so YouTube is going to have a harder time finding products to promote, or businesses and brands to promote with your content. And so if it's just a really out there category that there aren't many people following or into, then you're probably not going to make that much money. You make a lot of money in health. You make a lot of money in personal development. Absolutely. You'll make a lot of money in, creating courses for entrepreneurs, especially internet entrepreneurs. There are many, many brands that are looking for your content to, use as a, place to put their advertisements. So the topic kind of goes with the same thing. The length of your video, of course, if you can get somebody to watch a full 10-minute video, you're going to make more money because there's more opportunities for YouTube to show an advertisement. And the time of the year. You're going to make more money at the end of a year because brands have budgets and brands have money that they need to spend. So like, oh my God, we didn't spend all of our money. And so they go, okay, YouTube, you have all this money to spend on our advertising. Here, go do it. And so you're going to make more money in the latter part of the year than you will in the front part of the year because of that. Types of ads, just real quick. Display ads. Let's see if I can remember this. Display ads, I believe, are the ones that are on the right side when you watch a YouTube video. So it could be like a little square banner. Overlay is one of those things that come up on the lower third of the video. That's an overlay ad. Skippable, or when you watch a video and there's a video that plays, like a commercial that plays on the front end of the video, but you can skip it after 5 seconds, you still get paid for that video, even if somebody skips it after 5 seconds. Non-skippable is like a 20 to 30 second ad roll that goes before your video. You get paid more for that. Mid-roll is a advertising that comes up in the middle of your video. I'm sure you may have watched long workshops on YouTube, and there might be 4 or 5 different places. There'll be like a little yellow thing in the timeline where when the time gets to that yellow thing, then an advertisement or a commercial comes up for 15 seconds, then it goes back to the video. You get paid for that. A bumper. I'm not sure if this is still true. I might have to tweak this presentation a little bit, but 6 seconds. So if you're watching YouTube on your mobile app, the video, the advertisements are shorter. And so there might be like a 6 second little clip of something. You get paid for that as well. The best thing to do is to not mess with this at all. Just enable revenue sharing and let YouTube kind of do its thing. And so, you don't need to like select, I don't want this and I don't want the other. If you want to, you can. But if you want to make money, just let YouTube do its thing because, they've been doing this for a while and they're pretty good at making money. Okay, I think this might be the last slide. How much money will you make? The average CPM is $7.30. So $7.30 for every 1,000 views that you get, minus 45%, which is what YouTube takes. So you keep 55% of 730, which comes out to roughly about $4 or so for every 1,000 views. And then 15, this is average. So you'll make about $1,500 to $4,000 per million downloads. And so that's pretty good money. There are some YouTube channels out there who are doing the things that we've talked about today that are getting 1 million downloads overnight when they post a new video, which is phenomenal, which means, hey, they're making $2,000 per video, just to turn on their camera and talk about something, which is insane. But this is what people are doing. It just reminds me of the whole college cheating scandal. Lori Loughlin's daughter Olivia Jade was making $1 to $2 million a year talking about makeup on her YouTube channel, killing it. I don't know why she needed to go to college for that, but killing it. And so, you know, this is a possibility for anybody out there who is dedicated to their audience and willing to make content. You know, if you don't want to work with clients and you just want to make videos, you can just make videos and make a really good living doing it. That's it for me. Okay. How'd I do on time? Oh, not bad, not bad. All right. So a few of you here. Any questions? Alicia, go ahead.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
So I have maybe like 13 videos on YouTube and I cannot select the thumbnails. YouTube tells me what thumbnails I can choose. And there's like 2 or 3 options. And I'm just lucky because my videos are cooking videos. So usually an ingredient shot, like all the ingredients in the recipe are one of the thumbnails. And so I oftentimes will choose that or the final product, but most of the time the final product is not an option. So I was wondering at what number of views do I get to choose my thumbnail? Do you have any idea?
Give me 2 seconds. I'm not. Have you searched for that on the Google search?
I think I did at one point, but I figured I'd ask the question.
Oh yeah, I don't know the answer. I'm trying to switch accounts real quick because I can't do it on my Sean Croxton page yet, but let me look at Underground Wellness and see if I have that option.
It might just be a number of views.
Yeah, it might be. I would just Google search it. I'm sure you'll find it.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Anything else? And I would also look at that YouTube creator playbook that I talked about earlier.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing your stuff.
Search for thumbnail. But that doesn't make any sense because Ben just started his YouTube channel and he's able to create his own thumbnails. So that's interesting how that works. Yeah, I would just Google it. Thanks, Alicia. All right, anybody else have a question? Nope. Going once, going twice. Anybody got a share? All right, guys. Thank you so much for attending B School. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. It's been fun doing these Saturday calls with you guys. If you have any other questions for me, just go ahead and post them in the Facebook group. Also, you'll be getting information like an email RSVPing for the San Diego event in this next week, so we can start doing planning for that if you're going to make it. And that is it. All right, my friends.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.